that today cash and notes and coins can't do. And that's programmability, because when this cash gets transmitted through the system, it can't be programmed. But the retail CBDC that a central bank issues, as it goes through the system, it can be programmed. Because you are expressing money in token form, the ownership rights are expressed in digital form, in form of a program. And so you can write into the program conditions for its use. Once that conditions are met and the money is discharged, it goes back to its original form. So it is basically the ability to write a computer software program on money to move it around for a specific purpose. And after that, it ceases, and then it can be written by others who use that money. So the way I look at programmability is that it is an option that can be built into digital currencies that make them useful. So we need to be clear in our minds, what is it that CBDCs do that currently cash can't do? And one is programmability, mostly I would think for domestic purposes. The other is atomic settlement for cross-border payments. Because today cross-border payments is not great shape. It's not in great shape. And I think collectively this...
Atomic settlement, I want to know.
Atomic settlement is where you can exchange two assets in real time, and settlement is instantaneous.
It's bundling.
Right?
Bundling of transactions.
Bundling of transactions.
Okay.
And that's why I said cash, if I owe you 10 euros and I give you 10 euros, I've not only paid you, I've also settled. Whereas if I send it through the banking system, your bank and my bank has not settled. I've paid you, but the bank has not settled. This is a huge problem. It is inefficient. It is archaic, actually, in the modern age of the internet, that our banking system works like this, where settlement is not instantaneous. And you can imagine the cost. There's daylight settlement risk that all banks face. They have to put aside collateral in case settlement doesn't happen. The delay of 3 days or 2 days is an additional friction in the system. CBDCs can help to solve that. Because with CBDCs, it is equivalent to cash being exchanged, euros for dollars being exchanged instantaneously. And that can be done on multi-CBDC platforms. And the BIS Innovation Hub is doing great work in the Swiss Center, the Hong Kong Center, and the Singapore Center. And many others are doing the same thing. And I think governments will probably use it for purpose-bound money when they want to give money to lower income groups to buy daily essentials and necessities. That can be programmed. You can actually program payments along a supply chain. If you write a program, is basically a smart contract. And so today, again, like cross-border payments, our trade finance and trade logistics is hugely inefficient. Lots of documentation, lots of reconciliation, lots of duplication work, because nobody has a common ledger. A distributed ledger means everybody operates on a single ledger, and when conditions are met, documentation is filed, payment is automatic and seamless. So these are possibilities. It looks a little science fiction because there are huge problems you need to overcome to get to that stage. But many smart people, both in the public and private sectors, are working very feverishly. And as Francois said, the central banks are getting into this, because unless we dirty our hands, we're not going to understand the intricacies involved here. So the key is whether this can be scaled. So I think these are the two real killer apps, if you will: programmability and atomic settlement. One is cross-border, programmability is domestic, and that's not the central bank's role. We are just making that option available, that here I used to give you paper money, now I'm giving you in token form the same cash, but with this feature that you can build on. So